Sup, Kents? Here we are again for a tier list, this time ranking the best trilogies ever made.
Not all the best trilogies of all time, majority of them, and we're here to talk about them.
Yep, good.
Let's not waste any time.
Let's...
Oh, actually, we should probably introduce the tiers first.
Oh, so we've got from God tier, which is, best of the best with honours, to Barkov Filch, which is... I can't even explain to you what Barkov Filch means, but it is the worst thing of all time.
Fuck off cunt, and then it went to like flick off Clint, Clint off flick, bitch fuck.
We just have no explanation for what Barkov Filch is, which just in comparison is a movie so shit you don't even know how to describe it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously we have not seen, which we'll get those out of the way now quickly.
Nah, I just reckon we do it as we go.
Just do it as we go. Rightio. Starting off, Thor.
Thor, okay. So, the first two movies I don't really like that much.
I hate the second one, not with a passion, but
the second one I don't even care enough about to hate.
Yeah. I still hate it, but I just pretend it doesn't
The
exist.
first one's alright to watch. Every single shot's filmed at a Dutch angle, which blows your head up and makes your brain leak out of your ear. But Thor Ragnarok is one of the best Marvel movies. So, directed by Taika, he really brought something great to this, which was comedy and entertainment. Those first two, though...
I think they knock it down.
They knock it down because it's only one movie in the trilogy that's good, but
and we're
it
ranking
is really
it on the full
good.
Trilogy, so...
As a trilogy, I'd say average.
Yeah,
Just
bad average.
The Ragnarok's really good, but as an overall trilogy, I don't even really want to watch the first two movies.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Moving on though, Captain America, I personally think this is the best trilogy of movies out of Marvel.
Yeah,
the first one I enjoy more than most people, and Winter Soldier and Civil War I think are phenomenal. And I'm wondering between God tier and Awesome.
I'm looking at some of the other movies we're putting in God tier.
And we'll
put it in Awesome for now, and at the end when we do our review, if we think that it's up there with the competition.
Because Winter Soldier and Civil War are really good movies, but when you look at some of the other movies that will potentially be going in God tier, they're really like some of the best movies ever. So I'm happy with Awesome for now, though.
Yeah, I was actually talking to someone and they said their favourite movie of all time was Avengers Endgame.
Real.
And I laughed at them. And then we started
fun
crying.
movie, though. It's fun.
No, but it's not even the best Marvel movie, let alone the best movie of all time.
It's entertaining, though. Is that another Marvel trilogy we got up?
Yes, technically
Iron Man.
4 in a row.
Is it?
But yeah, Iron Man.
First Iron Man, really enjoy I've only seen the second one once, and I've actually only seen the third one once as well, and I don't really...
It kind of falls into the Thor category with me.
Yeah,
I don't
me too. I honestly have never desired to watch 2 or 3 again, really. Yeah, I do like the first one quite a bit, though, but yeah.
I only like Mickey Rourke in the second one. That's the only reason I watch it.
Yeah, same with me. I'd say our average as well. Average.
But it goes above Thor. It's not that bad.
I'd say I'd like Ragnarok probably better than the first Iron Man, though. But who cares?
But I would rather watch the other two Iron Man.
I'd rather watch those Iron Mans than Thor, yeah.
And I think we have our first God tier.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 is one of my favourite movies of all time.
This Spider-Man is our tier list, remember. I know, but
Spider-Man 1 really love. Spider-Man 3 I enjoy more than most people, but...
Spider-Man 2, greatest movie of all time. I
think Captain America is a more consistent trilogy than the Spider-Man trilogy, though.
But what movies would you rather go watch?
I really love Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Really? You'd watch them above, like, Spider-Man 2?
Maybe I'd probably on par with Spider-Man 2. But then that's 2 movies of the trilogy.
Well, here's the option. We move Captain America up to God tier. Or we keep Spider-Man at Awesome.
Maybe Spider-Man at Awesome just for now.
Spider-Man at Awesome? Alright.
We can change it as we... off the cuff decisions. But next up, what some would argue would be one of the greatest trilogies of all time.
Yes, we're talking about the Naked Gun trilogy. No, kidding, of course.
The Star Wars original trilogy, Revolution... is revolution a word?
Yeah.
Revolutionary to cinema.
Back yourself when it comes to vocabulary.
Yeah, we make up our own words right here. And I love the first two. Return of the Jedi is alright, I think, but Empire Strikes Back, I think it's one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, and
Even the first one as well is actually, I'd say, I like
and it
Empire Strikes
holds
Back just a
up,
little
like,
better.
some of the practical effects, you're like, well, okay, that's a bit dodgy, but it still holds up in terms of story.
I think
in
it has
terms
to
of,
go
like,
God tier.
everything. Yeah, for
I
sure.
think it has to. Yeah.
For sure. And I think
the-
this next one does as well.
Oh, so I find entertainment within the prequel trilogy, but the only movie I can really watch in
Is
its
Revenge.
entirety is Revenge of the Sith. Like the
Alright,
other two,
to be honest, if you said to me, pick a trilogy to watch out of this list,
Yeah.
like to watch in a row, I would pick the prequels.
really,
I would either pick the prequels or Lord of the Rings,
There's
or
pa-
maybe Batman.
there's parts of the first two movies I enjoy, but I find you just spend the whole movie basically waiting for like a few minutes that are decent.
I would still I would still just that would probably be my go-to trilogy. Maybe potentially, obviously because there's more trilogies than this that exist. But
I don't know.
no, I'm not saying God tier.
I wouldn't. They're nowhere near as good as Spider-Man or Captain
no.
America though. I do really like the memes as well. Make it enjoyable, but if we're like looking at it from a realistic point of view, I'd probably say average.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with
I
that.
actually
probably,
like Revenge of the
actually,
Sith.
this next one could probably be my top one.
Revenge of the Sith is a movie I do enjoy though.
And there's been a consistent thing. Like, there's been one standout movie from every trilogy so far.
Yeah, I think when it comes to about average, that's like a recurring theme. There's one good movie, but as a trilogy, it just doesn't hold up as well. I think for God tier, you have to have that entire trilogy be to the maximum.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah. So Austin Powers, the
I love
trilogy.
Austin Powers.
I really love Austin Powers as well. What's your favourite one? Don't have one?
I don't know. Like,
It's always been Gold Member for me, eh?
I was thinking that
A lot of people think that's the worst one. I think it's the funniest one by far.
there isn't a worse one though. That's the thing. Like, I couldn't pick one. I would happily watch any of them.
The Spy Who Shagged Me, overall, I don't like as much as a movie, but there are parts of it I think are funnier than the other movies.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I can't even think of a bad one to.
I'd
pick.
say Awesome for Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always
That's a consistent trilogy.
always found them hilarious as well to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could easily rewatch them. Naked
Probably
Gun,
I've never actually seen a Naked Gun movie.
neither. It's literally the epitome of an 11:30 p.m. movie.
Yeah,
On
on
TV3.
Sky Movies, or
Yeah.
just something like that.
I
feel
the
like
only reason it would have piqued my interest as a kid is because it had the word naked in it.
yeah, I feel like I've gone to watch Naked Gun so many times and just never done it. Isn't O.J. Simpson in the Naked Gun movies?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Pretty sure he is. I feel like most people would have seen that, but sorry, I'll have to do
Yeah,
that.
we're not 50.
Yeah, they are old movies as well, and we are in our youthful prime. Pirates of the
not anymore.
Caribbean, love the first one.
Yep, I was thinking the exact
Rewatched
same
it recently, love it. The second two, I couldn't tell you a thing about them.
I could probably remember a few things from the second, but the third one, no.
I'd say average again.
Average, yeah.
What the first movie, great. The second two, they blend together for me, as does the entire series. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy with
The
that.
Matrix trilogy. The first Matrix, one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a good
Literally, again, two other movies that are shit. Like, maybe not everyone thinks they're shit. I feel like most people do, but
I think they're shit, but when you look at them in contrast to like the other ones we've got in about average, like you could probably still go rewatch
yeah.
the second and third Matrix.
The first Matrix is a god tier movie, unquestionably. The second one, there's some decent action to it, but it's just I don't even understand it really. Or the third one.
Bad average.
I'd have to say about average as well.
Bad average in the
I've
middle.
seen the
middle.
second and third one time, and I'm never rewatching them again. And I've seen the first one probably a million times. Next up, we have one of my favourite comedy trilogies of all time: Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End.
I've only
And
seen the first two. I haven't seen the one.
I rewatched See, I never really had any desire for some reason to watch The World's End, but then it is actually, I think, maybe not quite as good, but it is really good. Like, it was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But Hot Fuzz, mate, I think it's one of the funniest movies of all time. Honestly, I crack up so hard every time I watch that movie. Shaun of the Dead even as well, but Hot Fuzz is definitely my favourite of the trilogy. Watched it so many times when I was younger.
I think, I don't know, because I enjoyed the first two, so I would say probably awesome, and you'd have to give that verdict on the third one.
I don't really have the emotional connection with The World's End, no. I don't know.
And I think, like, while all three movies might be good, I don't think it's God tier.
I'd say the first two movies are, but I just never really have wanted to go back and
I wouldn't
rewatch
put
The
them on the
World's
level
End.
of Star Wars.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't put them on the level of Star Wars.
I'd say awesome then.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
God tier we are saving for the Indiana Jones literally has to be God tier.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No, for
I
sure.
could not accept anything underneath. Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of the best movies. Like a lot of people don't like Temple of Doom. I actually love it just as much as the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones might be my favorite trilogy of all time. I love all three of those movies.
That's a big shout, but it's a good shout. I could appreciate that.
I just find it so consistent. But yeah, I think I like Temple of Doom more than most people. But yeah,
I think Indiana Jones is just perfect. Like,
it's so good, eh?
movie night with a family.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, definitely, definitely God tier. I love how heaps of these movies aren't even trilogies. Like, there's been movies that came after them. Well, actually, not heaps of them, but I mean, it is definitely condensing.
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it's kind of based on the original.
Yeah.
Like three.
Yeah, but yeah. Have you ever seen?
No.
I have actually seen all of these.
Oh, okay.
I think. Oh.
Do I need to watch them?
I'd say if you wanna, I'd say The Good and the Bad and the Ugly definitely like is one of the most iconic movies ever. I can't remember much about the first two, but they were really good. I'd think I have to say God tier, honestly.
God tier, far out. It's a big shout. This is going to be 2, potentially 3 God tiers in a row.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
moving on to
That has
Toy
to be God
Story.
tier.
I mean, you're looking at the first movie. It's just so good because we grew up with this. I mean, even though it came out in, 95?
Yeah.
We weren't even thought about then.
That was the thing, like, rewatching Toy Story 4, I didn't enjoy it as much, but I was still really
Still
emotionally
haven't even seen
invested just because of how much I loved the first 3 movies.
But, like, the argument for that is just it ended so perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
If I would have been so happy knowing that Buzz and Woody just were with fucking whatever it was, Molly, whatever
Bonnie.
her name was, like, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Like, for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, it does kind of I do wish Woody, like, they'd always stayed as a gang forever, but...
And fuck Bo Peep, bro. What even is this? Bros before hoes.
Bros before bows, eh?
Yeah, get out of here, Bo Peep, bro.
Yeah. Toy Story
Don't you have
3...
some sheep to go find?
Time
Like, one of my favourite
destroys me
movies of all
every
time.
time I watch it, eh?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
1,000,000%.
brutal.
And Toy Story 2, give some credit. That airport scene,
Yeah.
yes, please.
Toy Story 2's underrated, I reckon.
For sure.
I feel like a lot of people talk about the first and third, but not the second one. I think it's easily just as good.
When the second literally introduces some of the best characters, like Jesse and fucking
Yeah.
Bullseye, like...
That's the
Give
thing I
some-
didn't
put
really
some
like about the
respect.
fourth one as well. Those characters were just kind of left in the background a lot, eh?
Yeah, and then you just have fucking Keanu and Key and Peele.
Oh, I did love Keanu, but...
Yeah, but like, what was the
Seems more like a merchandising opportunity than actual
Exactly.
story. Yeah. Next up, we got the Godfather trilogy. I actually love the first Godfather movie. A lot of people think the second one's better. I personally don't. I'm not saying that it's bad by any means. It's just long as fuck, and I don't know. I just preferred the first one.
It is long as
And
fuck. It
the
took me 2 watches. Like, I
Yeah,
just had to split it
and
into
it's
2.
really long. And the third one is kind of average. So yeah, a lot of people think Godfather's best movie of all time, but
No.
I don't know.
I think it's awesome, though.
I think it's really iconic. Like, when you watch it, you understand why it's seen as this movie. But I think the third one is...
Let
don't
it
know.
down enough to not go into
I just
God
didn't
tier.
even really care about it enough to even...
I haven't even bothered watching... Oh, no, I think I have seen the third one, actually.
Oh, I saw... Because when I watched them all in a row when I first watched them...
Yeah, I think I I think I did as well. And that's
But yeah,
like
I'd
4
say
days.
awesome. Next up, I think this is my territory, is the Planet of the Apes trilogy. I love this trilogy. I don't even know why. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, when it came out, I just watched it and was like, "Whoa, this movie is way better than I thought it would be," and I really liked it. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I was like, "Oh yeah, really, really like the first one." Didn't expect a whole lot. Went to the movies to see it and was literally blown away, and it became one of my favorite movies of all time. And War for the Planet of the Apes was also really good. Didn't end as satisfyingly as I wanted it to, but I still thought it was a really good movie. And as a trilogy, honestly, for me...
Now, I know you're going to say God tier, but is that just biased because you like the movie so much?
I mean, but this is about
This
us
is our
liking
list.
the
This
movies.
is our list. Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'd
Going
say
God
God.
tier.
I don't like... I just am really emotionally connected to those movies. I don't know.
I'm fine with putting it in God tier.
Yeah.
I trust your opinion enough. This is Kleis and Callen.
Yeah.
This is a team effort, and I trust your opinion enough to put it in God tier.
Thanks. Keanu Reeves making his big return from Toy Story 4 to John Wick, and...
What a downgrade.
Yeah. John Wick, first one of the biggest surprises I've ever seen in my life. Randomly watched it for no reason, because it was just a movie Keanu Reeves was in, and it was so good. And I think that's a lot of people with the same opinion, where that this movie was just so good out of nowhere, and now it's become a big franchise Fortnite crossover.
Fuck yeah, twice.
Yeah.
And I think the action scenes in this movie are like genuinely beyond like compared to very little.
It makes you sad. It makes you sad and happy at the same time. It makes you happy that these action scenes are made the way they are, but also sad that why can't every action movie just be like this? Because I don't know.
It would take so much choreography.
I know, so much
and
choreography and training.
Like I couldn't think of many people that aren't Keanu Reeves that could do it.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it so good as well. This is just
Maybe
Keanu.
like Tom Holland.
Who?
Tom Holland.
Don't even mention Tom Holland.
No, it's just
I think this is a really consistent trilogy, but I don't think the movies are good enough to be God tier, so I'd say awesome.
Awesome. I'm happy with that. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
This next one, God tier. No, it's not. This is my territory.
Yeah, I've
Listen.
seen the first one years
Lion
ago.
the Witch in
and
the
that's
Wardrobe, God tier. Such a good movie. Scary when I was a kid. Mr. Thomas, James McAvoy, what are you up to, bro?
I remember the scene and they're like sitting in
Straight
front of
up
the fire.
paedophile. He's a paedophile.
Yeah.
He's literally standing at lampposts picking up little girls.
Yeah, I don't even...
Jimmy McAvoy, what are you up to?
I feel like everyone
What,
forgets
his
he's even
name?
in that movie.
His name, yeah, because he's literally like tiny. Like you look at him now and he's jacked.
He must have been like 20 in that movie, eh?
Oh, do we quickly? I can't even.
no one
remember. It
cares.
would have come out in like 2008, 2007 maybe.
He would have been 20 something. I don't know. What is your actual opinion of this?
Oh, I love Prince Caspian as well. But I couldn't put it above
Average.
average.
Yeah. Okay. The Alien. This isn't even a trilogy, but there's heaps of them.
But
Anyway, we'll focus
does
on
that
these
put
two
it down
movies.
a bit? Like
First two, 10 out of 10, God tier. Alien 3, absolute trash. So
yeah, I was thinking the exact same
I'd
thing.
still say awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
Because the first two movies are so good. Alien 3, don't even know what happened. But Aliens is one of my favourite movies of all time.
Have we not put Alien shitty yet?
This
is God tier.
Easily, this might be the greatest trilogy of all time.
For sure.
I think
Oh, shizzle. This is legit.
for me, it's definitely between this and Indiana Jones for the best trilogy of all time. Actually,
Twin
everything
Towers
on the
is
top
such a
row,
good-
actually. But the Lord of the Rings, oh my god, I love it. Takes so long to watch them, but it's worth it.
It does, especially like are the director's editions like
The extended cut of Return of the
Yeah.
King is like 4 hours.
yeah.
What's your favourite one?
Twin Towers or Two Towers. Sorry.
Mine's actually Fellowship. I love Fellowship the most.
Oh, I feel like the Fellowship is the underrated one of the trilogy.
I feel like Fellowship just has like the
Not
most
enough action.
emotional scenes to it, eh? Like
Yeah,
when you really
the
just get to
ending.
be with the hobbits in the Shire and stuff. But Helm's Deep is the best battle in film history.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Even the one in the end of, I was gonna say Return, but like I don't like the ghost showing up on the boat.
Yeah, I think that's the thing as well. That battle's main, but the ghost coming just kind of is so convenient.
And you know what's even more annoying is that's the level that your PS2 version is bugged on as well. Was going through the cave.
I know.
Just, every time I think of that, I'm just like, oh, but we can't get past this level.
Return of the King really good, but there is a few just too many convenient things, like the eagles at the end as well. Just so convenient. But yeah. I love Fellowship of the Ring. I think I just love how it starts off real low scale, just them walking to places like.
Yeah, I was watching a video the other day talking about the differences between Lord of the Rings and like The Hobbit.
Yeah, fuck The Hobbit.
Like just watching back on, like watching that video and seeing the entire like practical effects and everything of like the orcs and
fucking so awesome, good. And then I think with The Hobbit, they made so many of them CGI.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like
fuck off, eh?
Like I'm just thinking about the Battle of Helm's Deep, and you've literally got like an entire like
fucking awesome, eh?
It's just insane.
It's so good.
And the guy with one eye with the bow and arrow shooting it early.
Yeah. And that's guy running with the torch into the bridge and blowing it up, the suicide bomber for the orcs.
Because Legolas can't hit shit.
That is bullshit that he was able to kill him or whatever, but I mean...
Oh, yeah, but think back to the Fellowship.
It still makes it awesome, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's easy got to. And I think this next one potentially could be as well.
Easily, I think.
Yeah.
Begins, really love. Dark Knight, love. And Dark Knight Rises, really love. Yep.
Begins is my least favourite, I think. But I still enjoy it.
I think Begins and Dark Knight Rises are kind of on par for me. Like, there's kind of different reasons why I like and don't like both of them, but I still think they're really good movies.
Yeah, Ledger.
I just think the action in Batman Begins is shit. Like, the action scenes actually kind of suck in that movie. But it's
still a god-tier movie.
I just think it's like a character standpoint, like, the origin of Batman, and it just did the perfect job.
Yeah, I understand that. That's probably why I do enjoy it. But I still think second one's the best.
I just don't know if I loved Liam Neeson as a villain.
Yeah, that was my other thing.
I feel like Joker and Bane are just so much more iconic as well.
And I feel like, he could have even... Oh, no, because it's... No, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything else because I just like the movies too much.
Yeah. Is this Harold and Kumar?
This next one you can tell. I've never actually seen them.
The first Harold and Kumar, love, one of my favourite comedies. It's hilarious. The second one, I remember liking when I was younger, but haven't seen in ages. The third one, absolute trash. So I'll just say this is about average.
About average. Fair enough.
Hangover Trilogy.
Up next, the Hangover Trilogy, featuring Mike Tyson. That's right. It's your boys, Kleis and Callen.
Hangover Trilogy, like, the first movie, even the second
one, so iconic.
Best songs, like, best soundtrack in a movie, I think.
Shout out my boy Brian Callen.
Oh, yeah, Brian Callen making... I think he's not in the third one. He's in the first two, though.
How nuts is it? This was directed by the same person as Joker.
Yeah.
Like, that is insane.
The Hangover 3... that guy somehow directed Joker. That is mind-blowing. The first Hangover... I really love. I think it's fucking hilarious. The second one, I actually like. It is literally a remake, but I love it just as much. I rewatched it recently, and I still think it's fucking hilarious. And even though it's like Home Alone 1 and 2, like they're the exact same movie, but I love both of them. Good. Hangover 3 is garbage.
Yeah, I still think it's awesome though.
I'd say awesome. I'd say a lot of people don't like the Hangover 2, but I do.
No, I can watch all three movies.
I haven't seen the third one since I first saw it, just because, I don't know. Because even when The Hangover 2 came out, I'm like, yeah, okay, they've remade the same movie. And they did try and do something different with the third one, but I was just like, I just wasn't really a fan. But
Shout out Ed Helms.
Back to the Future,
God,
1, 2, and 3. Yeah. The first one, phenomenal, one of the best movies of all time. 2 and 3, not quite as good, but I think they're consistent enough to put this as God tier.
Yep.
I'd still find them entertaining, but the first one, mate, so good. Madagascar. Fuck, I don't remember shit about Madagascar,
Well, the first one we've got... What even happened in the first one?
They go to Madagascar.
Yeah, they go to Madagascar. Second one, they go to Africa.
I remember they get tranked and they're in the crates in the water.
Yeah, and the old lady that they fight. And then
Oh, bad
look out.
kitty.
Yeah.
That's
I think
that is
Moto
funny.
Moto likes you. And then the third one. From third
Oh,
Oh, shitty.
Nah.
No, not the entire trilogy. But
I
the
actually
third one.
remember enjoying the third one for some reason when I went to see it.
I didn't enjoy it that much.
I don't actually remember.
I've been watching this channel recently. I can't think of his name, but he ranks like Disney and DreamWorks villains.
Yeah.
And shout out to him because he ranked the.
Is there even a
chick in
villain
this.
in Madagascar?
Yeah, there's the. Well, in the third one, there's the chick that hunts them down, the French chick.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, bad average.
I just yeah, okay.
I mean, it's like I wouldn't.
As far as DreamWorks go, I don't give a fuck about Madagascar, honestly.
Yeah, I mean the first one maybe.
They're not like that
the
bad,
second
but
one
I
also
just, yeah.
maybe.
I don't. I couldn't really ever think about watching the second one, honestly.
I mean, all I remember in the second one is that doesn't his dad turn out to be a fake?
I don't know.
Like, isn't he scheduled to be this big badass and then he goes to fight
I
him?
don't even know.
I don't know. Who knows?
Kung Fu Panda,
Kung Fu Panda
trilogy.
First one, so good.
First one, literally one of my favourite anime. Maybe it's between this and Shrek 2 for my favourite animated movie, or favourite, at least DreamWorks animated movie.
What about Shark Tales?
That belongs in my ass. The second one and third one I've only watched once each, but they're really good, and I'd say this is awesome.
I don't remember what happens in the third one.
I actually don't really either. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. The second one and the third one, I can't really remember what happens in each one, but I just...
You want to talk about movie villains?
What?
The dude from the first Kung Fu Panda. What's his name? Fucking...
Tao Lung?
Kai Lung.
Tai Lung, yeah. What a beast.
Oh my god, they made him look like such a pussy at the end, but... He was like that scene where he escapes the prison and he's literally mauling every rhino and he's jumping on the massive arrows that they're shooting at him. Oh,
he just looks so awesome as well. Like the animation, he just looks like.
And the backstory they gave
looks
him,
like
he
real
was becoming.
sleek,
He was too powerful, so they had to lock him up.
Yeah.
And he was meant to be the Dragon Warrior, and then Poe became.
Such good messages as well, like especially from Oogway, the emotions from the scene.
The turtle turns into fucking.
Gets Thanos.
Oh, that is Oogway. Isn't fucking Shifu.
Yeah.
Master Shifu.
Awesome though.
Awesome, yeah, for sure. Full shizzle. Rush Hour.
Fuck, I don't know.
Funny, but I can't remember a single thing that happens.
When I was a kid, I loved the Rush Hour movies, but I haven't rewatched them since then.
Only thing I remember is, who are you? I am you. That's like the only thing I remember.
I'd say average. I can't imagine the second and third one being that good, even though I used to love the third one for some reason. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even...
And onto Spy Kids.
I've never watched Spy Kids.
I only remember the fourth one with Jessica Alba.
I feel like a lot of people... Like, Spy Kids was a lot of people's childhood. It wasn't for me.
I don't remember. I probably have watched them, but I can't
Spy
rank
Kids just
them
never...
because...
It just looked shit. Like, the poster, it looked like some real budget, cheap-ass movie. I don't know.
It just looks like a knockoff of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Which is what I watched as a kid. That was my childhood.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, haven't seen. What's the last one?
And Curious George and the Case of the Ebola Virus.
Yep, never seen.
I mean, I remember watching the TV
thing
show.
To be in this list.
Yeah, like what?
Okay, let's look over that. I'm actually really happy with this list.
Yeah, I think we've got a good balance.
I think we've smashed it out.
There's no shitty or bark off Flitch though. Or Filch.
I don't think any of these movies, even if there's a trilogy with a really bad movie, they always had one good enough to
that makes up for
keep
it
at least average. So, yeah, I'm really happy with that list though.
Yeah, me too. I'm proud.
Cool.
I'm proud.
Pride. Yep. That's.
Got anything else to add?
No, nothing else to contribute today.
Nah, that's it. We hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and or subscribe.
Boom.
Try watching some of our other videos apart from that bloody compilation.
Yep. Sweet
thank you for the support recently. Drop in the comments if there's anything you'd like us to do, watch, review.
Who have you been?
I've been A lot of vagina.
I've been... what's her fucking name? What is her name? Dixie Normus.
Ivana fuck a lot.
I've won a fuck a lot. Yeah, that's what I've been. I've been all of them.
And we'll catch you on the flip side. Pa.
Peace.
Austin Powers. Peace.